What's going on, everyone? TJ Fitness D News Reviews, the channel that helps you make smart decisions about the supplements that you buy. If you're new here, you should consider subscribing. We do quite a lot of these reviews. Listen, together with me today is the SNS Focus XT Energy, Mental Clarity, Focus, Concentration, Energy Formula. Listen, I'm gonna take you through the label of this nootropic here. Nootropic / energy kick / whatever. And then I'm gonna share with you my personal experience using this one. I've probably used this about 10 times by now. And then right towards the end of the video, I'm gonna give you my final verdict. Let's get right into it. Listen, people. So, you know, Focus XT, they're not really claiming nootropic, even though the first promise is mental clarity, but really this falls more into the what I call pre-anything type category. So it's supposed, you know, just like when you take a pre-workout, it's supposed to get you in the zone and get you pumped and get you energized for your workout. A pre-anything is something you would take during the day to get an extra energy kick. And yeah, get in the zone, but not necessarily get in the zone in order to break a new PR, but get in the zone in order to get shit done. And really Focus XT drops itself into that category. So to a large extent, that sort of is the definition of a nootropic. And really, when you look at the formulas of different nootropics, you'll see they look very much like the stim and focus part of a pre-workout. Now, within this category, you'll see different types of approaches. Some of them are super stim heavy, like 400 milligrams of caffeine even. 300 milligrams of caffeine is quite common. Some of them take the milder approach, like with 200 milligrams of caffeine. This one, Focus XT, takes an even milder approach with 161 milligrams of total caffeine, which is really interesting. And then, but I'm going to share with you which types of caffeine. It's not just straight caffeine anhydrous like you usually see, plus a lot of different focus elements in this formula. So let me take you through this really quickly, even though this is a long-ass list of ingredients. But let's go through it really quickly. So as far as what you get some B12 and B6 for natural energy. Then you get what SNS calls the Focus XT tyrosine complex, which is 1500 milligrams of L-tyrosine and acetyl L-tyrosine. A combination, unclear how much is each. By the way, I'm not sure why they actually have these mini proprietary blends here. I don't know what they're trying to hide exactly. But anyway, Focus XT choline complex. You have alpha GPC and choline bitritrate. Now, alpha GPC, I'd like to see 250, 300. The total combination of this complex here is a gram. Maybe it's 100, maybe, I don't know. You know what? That's, again, like SNS, you're better off with full transparency. And acetyl L-carnitine, which is sort of a fat metabolizer, but also helps with energy. Taurine, which is sort of for recovery. I'm not sure what what's the taurine's role in a sort of an energy formula nootropic. Then you have DMAE, so this is not to confuse with any DMHA, DMAA. DMAE is sort of a nootropic, it crosses the blood-brain barrier and helps you to focus and mental clarity. Theanine, L-theanine, which is usually you see in a pre-workout in order to prevent the crash. And it chills you down also. Honestly, I don't know why it's here. And also 100 milligrams, so almost like a 2 to 3 ratio with the amount of caffeine. There's not enough stimulants here for L-theanine, and really L-theanine is sort of a chiller. 100 milligrams will not totally chill you down, but I'm not sure why it's here, honestly. You have theacrine, 62.5 milligrams, which is cool, tasteless theacrine. Theacrine tends to taste like shit. You have lutein, you have huperzine A, and then you have the caffeine complex, which is 125 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous and 50 milligrams of decaffeine malate, Infinergy, which would translate at the end of the day to a total of 161 milligrams of caffeine. So that's not a lot of caffeine. I mean, think about this. This is sort of a monster energy drink as far as caffeine, right? The total caffeine. Now, Infinergy is supposed to, you know, get into your body a bit slower, so you're supposed to feel a more prolonged energy. But still, like, not a lot of total caffeine. So if you read the formula, there's definitely a lot of focus type elements. Focus, mental clarity, memory enhancement and stuff like that. There's not a lot of caffeine, obviously, 161. So this is, like I said, like a monster drink. If a monster energy drink is just enough caffeine to get you going, then this is enough caffeine to get you going. And then you have like the taurine and L-carnitine and some of the L-theanine, which I really don't get. But anyway, this is the formula here with the Focus XT, and you have 30 servings of this thing. Let's talk about my personal experience, because at the end of the day, labels are just labels and sometimes things just click and sometimes they don't. Listen, as far as the flavor, I have the Rocket Pop flavor. I do think that this is exclusive flavor to saps.com. But anyway, there's several flavors. I think I have like 7 or 8 flavors. But the flavor is really good. Like if you like the Rocket Pop, Bumpsicle type flavors, really good flavor. It does feel really good. By the way, this is 0 calories, I believe, right? Yeah, 0 sugar. I'm not sure it's 0 calories. Is it 0 calories? It is 0 calories. Anyway, flavor on point. I really like it. But really at the end of the day, for a nootropic, just like a pre-workout, flavor just needs to be okay. It doesn't need to be too good. But this flavor is really okay. Let's talk about what does it do, how does it feel. So listen, for me personally, at 1 scoop, this wasn't enough. Like this wasn't enough to get me in the zone. It wasn't enough to get me energized. Just like a Monster energy drink is usually not enough to get me going. But I'm super, I'm super caffeine and stimulant tolerant. So maybe for you, I would say this, as far as the experience with this one, you do get some focus, you do get some extra energy. It's just like a cup of coffee. Did I feel like super focused? Did I feel super energized? At 1 scoop, I didn't, honestly. But I can tell you that when I scoop and a halved it, I did get a very good feeling of focus. I did get a very good feeling of extra energy. No tingling, no rush, very smooth, which I actually like about this one. So, sometimes I don't want the nootropic that gets you anxious. Like this is not a workout. You just want to sit down on a chair and work usually, or study. So you don't want to get anxious. So at 1.5 scoop, it was just enough as far as the energy. I did feel though that it didn't last for a long time. So I would say it would pick me up for about an hour. I would get energized, I would get in focus, and then it would start to fade out. Maybe it's the L-theanine, maybe it's something else. Overall, at the end of the day, at 1 scoop, it was too little for me. At 1.5 scoops, it was okay for me. But then it faded off really quickly. So generally speaking, for me as someone that takes a lot of stimulants in his pre-workout in the morning, and just generally during the day, I can take a bang, right? With 300 milligrams of caffeine and fat burners with 300 milligrams of caffeine. This is, at 1 scoop, like I said, it's just not enough. Then, when you look at the pricing, I think this goes for $29.99 for 30 servings, which is a reasonable price for what it does. But I would say for me personally, then it would be 1.5 scoops. Sort of doesn't necessarily work. I think that there's better alternatives out there. Now, I would say this, if you're looking for a focus formula, like energy kick, and you like, let's say, Monster, this is definitely cheaper than buying Monsters, and obviously it's easier to just consume in the house, and definitely has way more than your energy drink. So if you're looking at it as a replacement to a Monster energy drink, then you get 30 servings for, let's say, 30 bucks, or if it's not a promotion, but we're fitness dealers, so obviously there's deals going around. So like for $1 for a drink, where you get like the Monster type of caffeine plus a bunch more focus elements, so this will give you much more focus than a Monster, then it's a respectable formula. For someone like me, I would say less. If you're a stim junkie, there's probably better alternatives that I reviewed here on the channel, whether it's the MyoBlock's Skywalk that only has 200 milligrams of caffeine in the type of serving that I felt okay with, but it just felt better. It just gets you in the zone better. It's probably the lack of L-theanine and all that stuff. Listen, people. If this video was helpful in your focus, XT and nootropic, and pre-anything decision-making process, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to see more reviews like this, because this is what we do here. We help you make smart decisions. And if you want to save money on Focus XT, I'm going to link to the product page on Fitness D News below, so you can see, you can compare prices and see the best deals from all over the web. And of course, if there's a deal around, then you'll know about it. By the way, if you're not signed up to our daily newsletter, where we find the deals from all over the web and save you shitloads of money, you should go there and sign. That's it.